guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the 2025 Chevy Malibu LT Redline Edition.
And a big thanks to Gabriel and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman Chevy in Brandon, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Gabriel.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Malibu replaced the Chevelle as Chevy's mid-size car back in 1978. Technically for its fourth generation, however, for its first 4 generations, the Malibu was just a trim level for the Chevelle, brought back under a front-wheel drive platform for 1997, and sticking to it through the 9th generation Malibu that you see here, which has been with us since 2016, facelifted for the 2019 model year, and for 2025, Chevy announced that this is the final year of the Malibu. Available in 4 trims, ranging from the $25,000 base LS up to the $31,000 top of the line 2 LT. Here we have the regular LT with a $28,000 base price. What else do we get for the money? Let's jump right in. So bold front styling with this LT Redline Edition. Not a whole lot of red accents from the front, no red accents at all in the front, but on the sides, the wheel options and the interior has very specific trim. We get projector LED headlamps, as you guys can see. Actually, they appear to be a halogen projector. I'll let you know right here with the link for what they actually are, with a halogen high beam right next to it, LED daytime running light with a halogen turn signal next to it. Black Chevy bow tie, a smoked chrome material for the grille trim with black gloss black inserts and a black metallic paint color. I'll leave a link right here to show you the exact name of it. The wheel and tire setup is upgraded here for the LT with the Redline Edition. You got your 2 red lines specific to the Redline, and these blacked out 19-inch rims wrapped in Continental Pro Contact all-season tires, some of the best all-seasons in the business. The dimensions are 245, 40 R19, so the 245 wide tires should have no problem putting the power down from this turbocharged 1.5 liter, which cranks out a decent amount of power. It's 160 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque, and we'll see how these tires put the power to the ground. The 40 series sidewall, it's a little bit towards the low profile side of things, but should still be thick enough to keep the ride quality nice and plush. We get red lines outlining the Malibu badge on the door. We get black mirror caps, no blind spot monitoring though on the glass. At this price point, I would expect it, but the 2LT will come standard with blind spot monitoring. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger, chrome trim for the window trim. It's not super reflective, it's more of an aluminized trim, and it looks pretty premium here for this LT. Speaking of LT, the 2025 Malibu LT with the mosaic black metallic exterior, jet black interior, 1.5 liter turbo 4, and a CVT transmission. Base price of $28,000. You guys can pause to take a look at all the standard features. Pretty well loaded. I just wish that we get standard blind spot monitoring here. Options about $1,100 or $1,195 for the Redline Edition, giving us the red outside mirror decals, mirror caps outside black, LED tail lamps, badge, nameplate black with red outline, grille blacked out, wheel center caps, leather trim shift knob, 19-inch black rims with aluminum with red hash marks, black bow ties for the front and rear, leather wrapped steering wheel, and we get these upgraded Continental all-season tires too. $275 for the protection package, $1195 for the destination, totaling us out a tick under $31,000. So after all these options and destination, we're still sitting under a 2LT. So there's definitely some value here with this regular LT trim, just no leather seats, of course. We get an LED third brake light up top, LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. That comes equipped on the Redline package. Red outline Malibu in the left corner. Shout out Furman Chevy in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. Black bow tie, rear parking sensors. Hopefully you guys can pick up the exhaust tip in the lower left corner. And speaking of the exhaust tip, let's fire up this 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder, and here how she sounds. All right guys, that was the sound of the 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Chevy for the 2025 Malibu, and it sounds okay, cranking out 160 horsepower, 184 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a CVT transmission, weighing in around 3,200 pounds for the LT trim level. You can expect 0 to 60 in the high 7-second range, so very respectable time to be under the 8s, considering the power, considering the fuel economy, over 30 combined MPGs. Definitely getting a lot for the money considering the space, which we'll check out in 1 second. No hydraulic struts. I'm using my arm as the prop rod, and with the black metallic paint color, it is hot, so we'll drop it right down. walk around this 2025 final model year Malibu LT, probably the best trim level to go with. And let's see what we get inside with about a $28,000 base price, 30,000 bucks when it's all said and done. Turn these lights back to auto so the car is not yelling at me. There we go. Up top we get hard plastic, which is rubberized with a soft cloth trim for where your elbow will actually rest. It continues for the middle portion and a gushy soft armrest. We get an auto one touch driver window with auto one touch for all four, just for the way down. For the way back up you got to press and hold, except for the driver. We get our lock and unlock, aluminum door handle, and a ton of storage. You'll stack 2 or 3 footlongs on the left side with a 24-ounce water bottle. Basic sound system, got to go up to the 2LT to get the upgraded system, but that's why it's about $3,000 less here to go with the regular LT. When it's all said and done, this is still cheaper than a base model 2LT before even counting the destination and delivery charges. Just the cloth seats, of course, but they're electrically adjustable. You get lumbar, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front buckets. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. But first thing we notice, we get a pretty premium interior here outside of the seats and I guess the cloth trim pieces, but it'll be interesting to see how the 2LT differentiates itself from what we have here. We still get the leather steering wheel, very solid 10 and 2 and great feeling 9 and 3 bolstering notches. Soft rubberized horn area. The horn, very loud and aggressive. People will definitely be getting out of your way. We'll do a window check. Oops, almost took my fingers off, but no dual panes. The thick single pane of glass though. On the left side of the steering wheel, we get our cruise control settings, forward collision alert, and lane keep assist. On the right side, voice commands. You can hang up and answer your phone calls and adjust this little LCD infotainment cluster. Right now we're looking at trip. You can check out the vehicle information and eco settings. As far as eco, we're looking at average fuel economy, eco index. You can check out our trip, fuel range, average speed, timer, digital speed, trip A, trip B, and right back where we started. The vehicle settings, we get the remaining oil life, air filter life, oil pressure, tire pressure, following distance, battery voltage, coolant temperature, units, speed warning, and right back where we started. My personal favorite would be the fuel range, so we'll leave it there. The TAC goes to about 6,500 RPM. That's high revving for a turbocharged engine. And the speedometer goes to 140. Fuel level up top, coolant temperature right next to it. The stocks have a satisfying click, auto headlamps, and auto high beams. No auto rain sensing wipers, wouldn't be expected at this price point. Tilt and telescoping steering column, auto headlamps, as you mentioned, interior brightness, hood latch release. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. Dashboard is completely rubberized. We get 4 air vents for the front seat and the 8-inch touchscreen, which is an upgrade compared to the base models. You get your Wi-Fi hotspot, wireless Apple CarPlay, everything available. The apps you can turn on or off the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, audio settings and all that, vehicle settings as well. The home screen, let's check it out. We don't get navigation here on the LT. I believe the 2LT does come with standard navigation, but we still get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can mirror the navigation from your phone. Shortcuts too, if you don't want to go through the touchscreen, you turn off the auto engine start stop, hazards, dual zone automatic climate control, heated seats, no ventilated seats. I don't think the 2LT gets ventilated seats either. A little bit of storage, you can turn off the parking sensors, traction control too. The gear selector controls the CVT transmission, it says Chevrolet, or gives you a Chevrolet bow tie, and manual shifts for the race shifts. Backup camera, we get a really high resolution screen, guidance lines and trajectory. You can turn the trajectory and guidance lines off with a click of a button. Throwing it back into park, we return right back to the previous screen. Cup holders will fit 24-ounce bottles with a pass-through, perfect for a phone or a wallet. And you can also put the end handle part of the mugs as well. Electronic parking brake, a little bit of storage for coins, maybe fit a wallet of some sorts in there. Very solid storage too. You're fitting 6 to 8 1-liter bottles of soda in there. Not going to say that about most mid-size sedans, and a decently soft leather stitched armrest. The glove box is damped, not lined and felt, not very deep, but really wide. I wouldn't expect you to fit any license plates in there because of the depth. Yeah, it's like you can fit it, but it's cutting it close. I wish I could give you a little bit more depth. But you'll easily be able to fit 2 pairs of shoes because of how wide it is. We get an almost frameless rear view mirror, but it's not auto dimming. Got to pull this flappy thing to dim it. OnStar voice commands and LED interior lights. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of the 2025 Chevy Malibu LT. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So we had hard plastic up front, so to be expected that it carries it over, but we still get that soft cloth trim for your arm will actually rest center, and a gushy soft armrest. Auto one touch for the way down, you got to press and hold for the way back up though. aluminum door handle, additional speaker, and a ton of storage. You'll probably find a way to get 3, maybe 4 footlongs in there, a cup holder in the center, but then you're going to be compromising both sides of space. The seats, the padding goes all the way out to the door frame, so very couch-like and very solidly bolstered for a back seat. Very impressive legroom too. At a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, I still have about 4 or 5 inches of knee room, headroom, at least 2 inches. So if you're under 6'5", 6'6", you'll sit in the back of a Malibu with no problem. Not expected considering the overall dimensions of this mid-size sedan. We get a mat pocket behind the passenger seat, no mat pocket behind the driver. Air vents are appreciated, not necessarily standard in this segment of vehicle. 12 volt down below, a slight hump for the exhaust system, not for the drivetrain, of course, because it's a front-wheel drive vehicle. And it doesn't really stick out too much, but it is there. We get a center cubby. We can pull it out by jabbing our hand into it, and it's decently soft cloth. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles with more mug handle slots. The interior lights are not LED out rear. They were LED in the front, but they do not carry over to the back. We get a hook on the passenger side, same thing with the driver's side, just no actual grab handle. That's about it for the second row. Let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2025 Malibu LT Redline Edition out for a drive. So the trunk doesn't give you any type of hydraulic chute. You're gonna have to open it up yourself, and the hinges aren't covered. So if you load anything up higher than this in that area, expect your cargo to get crushed. But with a trunk this massive, I wouldn't expect those hinges to really get in the way because you can work around them. The wheel well cutouts give you a lot of space behind them, so you'll be able to fit probably 2 golf bags horizontally, and you'll fit another 3 or 4 vertically. Secret storage under here. You get your fix-a-flat kit, no spare tire. Maybe Chevy will include a spare tire with this vehicle, but maybe these Continentals will just run flat. I'll leave a link right here. Either way, there's no spare tire underneath, just the fix-a-flat kit. You can fold the second row seats down 60/40 with latches, and the wheel wells don't protrude that much, so I would expect you to still fit a 65-inch TV through here. Really large cargo space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much space is back there. We can shut this trunk right down, take a step back, and walk around this 2025 almost top of the line Malibu LT with the Redline Edition. It's a good looking mid-size sedan in the same segment as the Camry, in the same segment as a Honda Accord. It's not a hybrid powertrain, it is still a CVT, but in my opinion this gives you a little bit more modern of looks, and it gives you a way more friendly price tag with a dealership that's known to be a lot more friendly when it comes to negotiations on price compared to Honda or Toyota. Performance-wise, yes, the fuel economy is over 30 mpgs, but the 0 to 60 is under 8 seconds. That's impressive considering the power plant we have here. And speaking of that, let's take this 2025 Malibu LT Redline Edition out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2025 Chevy Malibu LT Redline Edition. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. Steering wheel's a little bit too high up, but overall, my first impressions, typical GM. Sharp steering feel, feels very good. Whether it's slow speeds or high speeds, throttle response, it's a turbo 4-cylinder, 1.5 liter, so don't expect it to be super sharp. But once that boost kicks in, you have a pretty decent amount of power. And I'm usually not a big CVT fan, especially not with naturally aspirated power plants. But with this turbocharged power plant, the way that it has a lot of mid-range torque, the CVT doesn't hurt it whatsoever. If anything, it makes it feel a little bit smoother. It definitely feels like there's more power readily available compared to the 6-speed automatic transmission that used to be mated with this motor for the Equinox. Good power bump. Ride quality is good, even though we got 40 series sidewalls. Steering, it's pretty light at higher speeds, but the body roll is limited. And torque is solid. Brakes feel good. Yeah, definitely can't complain. We'll try one out off the line. Right over here, we're not gonna brake torque it or anything, but off the line, on the gas, boost. I mean, it's pretty quick. Gets up and goes, brakes feel good. Throw it in faster than we should. A little bit of understeer, but for the most part, it feels planted, limited body roll. Definitely can't complain. We'll try it out over some speed bumps. Check out the composure. Brakes do feel pretty good. Speed bump. Good composure. Compared to the Camry, compared to the Accord, this doesn't ride any worse. Steering doesn't feel any worse. Braking feels noticeably better. Yeah, the ride quality is good. For the lower trims with the slightly fatter tires, I can see the ride quality being even better, but even with these 40 series sidewalls, it's good quality, good ride quality. And good throttle response too. We'll open her up a little bit more when we take a step out here. Taking a step out here, over the bump, not gonna go yet, now we're gonna go. Boost. And the CVT's got artificial ratios. And historically speaking, I'm usually not a fan of artificial ratios because with a naturally aspirated power plant, the artificial ratios basically just kick you out of the power band because the naturally aspirated motor makes most of its power up top. A turbocharged motor makes most of its power, at least torque-wise, in the mid-range. And the CVT here, at least when you're doing partial throttle, it keeps you in that mid-range with the heavier torque, and with the full throttle, the ratios kind of dump you back into the middle of that torque band. So you sort of do get the best of both worlds. We can take a step out onto this multiple lane highway, open her up a little bit more and see what she's really got. All right, guys, looks like we have the chance. Taking a step out here on the gas. Woo! Yeah. I mean, won't blow you away, but I could see 0 to 60 happening in under 8 seconds. For a sub $30,000, well-loaded, very spacious mid-size sedan, that is not bad. Doesn't take a lot of throttle to keep this thing moving on the highway. You do wait like about a second, second and a half for the boost when you're moving at higher speeds, but outside of that, it is a very consistent and powerful driving experience. We can try out a real-world turning radius test. See how sharp it is, pretty sharp. And taking a step out here, woo! It is quick. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a mid-size sedan under the $30,000 price point with all the options and features that you could possibly want or need, this is a great one to check out. You get a lot for the money. It's a good looker, spacious, averages over 30 miles per gallon, and has surprisingly nimble driving dynamics. I would 100% recommend checking out the 2025 Chevy Malibu. It's the last year that you're gonna be able to get one. And this Redline Edition LT is a great way to go because for 31,000 bucks, that's what the 2LT starts at. And we're there after the Redline Edition and after the destination charge. That's a lot of value for the money. And a big thanks to Gabriel and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman Chevy in Brandon, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Tampa area, I will definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Gabriel. And a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.